recently started a new chapter in my financial journey. I'm focusing on paying off debt, saving intentionally, and planning my way to some type of freedom in this lifetime. I am 42, a wife, a mother of two, which my daughter is 26, so she lives on her own. So it's just my husband, my son, and myself that live in the home, and our income is not combined. So if you're on a debt payoff journey, grab your budget binder or your digital planner and let's budget for a new month. So I am just reflecting on October because I feel like October went really well for me. I was very proud of myself in the month of October. So I did give myself an A plus because I did achieve all of my financial goals for the month of October. The amount that I put towards debt was $575. The amount to savings was $530, which only leaves me with about $420 left for to get to my goal of 1,000. And also too, in the month of October, I did officially make my first payment towards my student loans, but we'll talk about that a little later. So one of my goals was I wanted to reduce my variable expenses or my variable spending by a decent amount because in the month of September I went ham. I don't know what the hell I was doing, but for somebody who didn't have any money, I did a lot of shopping.
Stop it. Get some help.
So I did reduce my variable expenses by 40% in the month of October, which allowed me to save that $530 versus the $200 I thought I'd be able to save. So I actually was able to save more because I reduced my variable spending. What habit worked very well? Me staying off of Amazon. And what needs improvement? I did stop drinking Red Bull, which was very costly for me, but I kind of replaced one drug with another pretty much. So I went from Red Bull to now coffee, and the coffees that I drink are lattes and they kind of are expensive. So I need to figure out a different type of coffee that I drink or latte, maybe go from latte to just a regular coffee so I can reduce that expense because it's actually more than the Red Bull was. So that's something that I'm going to work on this month. I need to figure out what tastes good, what I like to drink that's not $9 a cup and keep it moving. So, okay, so that's just for the month of October. Really proud of myself. So now for the month of November, for the sake of not making this video extremely long, I did go ahead and input all my bills that are due for the month and what I plan to save, some priorities in my to-do list financially for the month of November. And I just doing a little bit of decoration. I do have 3 paychecks because normally I am paid every 2 weeks by my main job, but I do have another little side job or like a little part-time job where they're both part-time, but another job that I do, I pick up here and there. So I do have some hours for that job. If they do not get canceled, I should expect a paycheck on my in between weeks of my main job's payment of every 2 weeks. So that's going to give me 3, hopefully, paychecks for the month, which are going to be on the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. And out of those 3 paychecks, I want to go ahead and save $140 each paycheck, which would complete my goal of saving $1,000 because I only have $420 left to get to the 1,000, and I want to finish that off this month. So next month I could start, focusing on finishing up the contributions to my Roth that I want to make by the end of the year. So what I have to pay this month, what I'm paying towards the rent is $770, which has already been paid. And the TNN, that's just one of my part-time jobs that I do for the school system. And then my third shift job, you'll see, is the BMK 11 to 7. Those are my hours. I like to put my shifts on my budget binder so I just know what days I've worked, how many hours. Makes it easier for me to calculate an estimated paycheck since my pay fluctuates. So, and then I have a Klarna payment, the truck payments, car insurance, my cell phone. QVC is on the credit card, so that just goes, I make an extra payment on the credit card on top of its monthly payment to pay for QVC, which was my Dyson. And this is the last Klarna payment. And this was just, I believe, some sneakers for me and my son. And then we have a credit card payment at the end of the month and in between putting aside money for next month's rent as well. Hopefully November could be just as fabulous as October was. October was a really good month because I was really focused and I stuck to the plan. I didn't deviate. So that is definitely what I'm going to try to do again in November. Some priorities that I have, of course, here's my goal to fund the 420 to my solution fund. I don't really like to call it an emergency because that just seems like it's bringing some negative vibes towards me and my money, and I don't like it. So also too, I need to rebalance my Roth IRA. So currently in the process of doing that. I am pretty much consolidating that to like a 3 or 4 different fund in that Roth. I don't want to have too many, whole bunch of different stocks and ETFs and index funds. Yeah, that's just too much to keep an eye on. It's like some ETFs be having the same stock, so now you're overlapping. That's what I'm doing this month. I'm going to rebalance my Roth, continue with my debt avalanche plan, and try this I might want to change this no spend month to like a low spend month because I don't think it's going to be realistic because for one, we have Thanksgiving and the next month is Christmas. So I definitely do need to start doing some Christmas shopping for Zion. This year, I don't know if we're going anywhere for Thanksgiving. We might host it here at our house, just like us, because my daughter says she wants to come up for Thanksgiving with my little fur grandbaby. So we might just have a little something here at the house just for, me, Zion, my husband, and my daughter. So I have to finalize those plans with her to see if she's really coming up, because if she's not, then we'll go somewhere. And even if we go somewhere, I'm definitely going to contribute and bring like a plate or something. So I still have to have some type of fund or funds for that as well. And then my to-do list is I need to fill in my June tracker on my spreadsheet as well as my January and my April. I need to hurry up and do those because it's kind of throwing my numbers off. It's making my income look less than what it was because I didn't fill in those trackers to its entirety for those months. I kind of slipped up on those months. So I need to go back and make sure that I input all of my income as well as the expenses for that month. So when the end of next month comes, I know exactly where all my numbers are for the entire year of 2025. Okay, so and then for my goals for the month of November, I'm still continuing on saving my $1,000. I only have $420 left to go. So I need to save $140 times 3 paychecks this month, as well as I need to pay down per my debt plan. I need to pay down $709 in debt. And for the month, starting debt for November is 26,880, which technically that is a larger number. I'm currently only focusing on the 26,880, which includes 2 credit cards and 2 student loans, as well as the truck payment, because my total debt I think is like 52 or 51,000. But for me to look at that big number and try to tackle that is giving me crazy ass anxiety. So I pretty much just chose, and most of it is student loans. So I chose 2 student loan accounts that I'm going to focus on, pay those off, and then I'll, focus on the next. Feel like me trying to focus on the big number every time I look at it, I just be like, you know what, forget it, and I don't even stick to the plan. So this has been a little more easier for me and a little bit more less stressful and overwhelming looking at this number versus the 51,000. So I'm focusing on 2 student loans, the 2 credit cards, and my truck currently at the moment are the debts that I currently have. Okay, and I started to fill this in as well too. I didn't finish really, so I definitely have to finish completing this, but this is my monthly overview. And like I said, my income varies. Like it just varies for some reason. Like I don't think I've ever been paid the same amount 2 months in a row because I'm always picking up from one job, or I pick up extra hours from my overnight job, and then I'm picking up for the school system. So this is what I'm estimating so far. This is going off of the hours that I'm currently scheduled for currently at this moment. It can change because some shifts can either get canceled or I can pick up more shifts in between, between now and the end of the month. So this number is estimated, but we'll know, each week, because I really budget by paycheck as well. I just like to do a monthly overview just of give me an idea of what I want to put towards each category. But for the most part, I budget by paycheck. Whatever my paycheck is, I go in and budget by paycheck, and I'm a zero-based budgeter. I budgeted $550 for the rent, car note $240, insurance $150, cell phone $107, one of the utilities $80, internet $60 to Xfinity, groceries. Being that it is, Thanksgiving coming up, I have to think about that and just, go off of the numbers, like what I feel like once these are done, what's left over, what I can do for groceries. So gas, I am budgeting 180. And then my other categories, like, because this is fixed and variable. So the other categories that I have that are variable, which we'll do after, guess, because I like to go over these are my important ones. Normally, how I budget on a weekly basis, like or paycheck basis, I do my savings comes first, then my fix comes second, that is third, and then variables is fourth. And then, but it's not savings and investing first. Savings comes first, and then if there's anything left over towards the end of everything, then I'll put that towards investing. Right now at this moment, my debt payoff plan currently is 250 towards my venture one, the venture, and these are capital ones. 179 is the minimum payment on that one. And then platinum, this is a credit card that I pay off every month because this is the one that pays my subscriptions. So this I don't really consider debt, but it is, debt kind of. But I pay this one off every month. This is just like my subscriptions for like my Canva and all that good stuff, my Apple storage and all that. So I pay that off monthly. And then last month was my first month making payment towards my student loan. Pow! So this month again, I'm going to make another payment towards my student loans, the two different accounts. And then my savings and investing. So for my solution fund, I have 420 left that I need to save to get to my 1,000, my goal of 1,000. The Roth, I'm not going to focus on that this month. I'm going to focus on that next month. This month, I'm just going to focus on rebalancing it and getting everything to the 3 to 4 funds that I want to just have in my Roth IRA, because I think it's three, because I want to have like 33.3% of three different ETFs to make up the 100%. I'm rebalancing that right now. My joint, I'll probably focus on that next month as well. And Zion 529, I do want to put $30 in there this month and probably another 30 next month to finish off the year with $60, with an additional $60 contributed, because it has been growing really well. So I want to continue contributing to that when I can. I don't have a total yet because I still need to go ahead and fill in my variable expenses, because these are my fixed right here, and I'll just separate those with a line. Why can't it be thicker? So yeah, these are my fixed up here, and then down here will be my variable, such as like health and beauty, self-care, entertainment, eating out, my coffee, which we can scratch out Red Bull because there's no more Red Bull. So just like, yes, those other variable expenses. I'll go ahead and complete those off of camera and come back and we can do the math. The total for all that is going to be 682. And then for my savings and some investing for towards Zion 529 is 450. Let me just do the math on that real quick because I didn't total that up. But I'll do that with you guys real quick. So we got for expenses for the entire month for and bills, it's gonna be, so that's $3,599, possibly leaving me with, subtract 3750. 3750, math wasn't my class, science was. It was $151 if everything goes as planned. Like I said, this can change depending on if any of my shifts get canceled. So I do like to leave a little space just in case. So the $151 is up in the air. If at the end of the month, I seem like within the paychecks I have any extra money, I'll go ahead and probably start putting it towards here or maybe the Roth. But I still want to focus on that next month, so we'll start working on the debt. Anything extra is going towards that. And that's pretty much it for my November budget setup. And at the end of the month, I'll come in and do my reflection, put in my ending debt balance. Thank you so much for watching this video. It truly means a lot. And it helps me to continue holding myself accountable as I shuffle along on my way to Financial Freedom Island. So if you want to be nosy and learn where I'm starting from, then watch this video next.